All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Hot! 180! Lucky 48! Hey, defense! X3! 218, chopper! Kill! Check! Tight dog! Watch the ship!
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Good job, D. Good job. That's the way you
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
52's the mic. Here we go. Watch the safety creep. Out.
SOS.
Play fake. Cousins.
Shit.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
Who that?
General West.
Check three. Joker.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, 382, last 50. 6'6", pull it high. Hey, orbit.
They can't hang with us. Watch Twiz. Alert, flare.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Safe.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
3rd and long for Cousins. He is going to find Hill here. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. First down, here's the run with Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet. Check 26.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line.
Watch the slant. Alert 3.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Good job.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The pitch to Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now it's Hill. And this one pulled in by Rudolph. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
They'll run for it with Cook. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. We're scoreless after 1. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line.
Let's go,
Cook
baby.
turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Here we go. 120.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, tight end.
What's that?
You go tight. You got tight.
What's that?
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He don't want it. Straight 15. Straight 15.
Fresno. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Push him back.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Coming again.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
54. Mike 54.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Check 50. Check 50.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first on the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Go. 120. Dead, baby. Hey, great 57. Hey, Alpha. What's your son?
Now Wentz on third down. Deep ball for Goodwin.
Watch the screen.
And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Fielded just inside the 20.
There we go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Watch tight end. Hey.
On 2nd and 9, Hill under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Got him.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Cousins from the gun on third. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes.
We played to win.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
52 right here. 52.
Look at me. Go.
No. Off.
Yes. Deep rip.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
180. Through. Leave it. Ring up 48. Hey, Foxtrot.
Kill. Check 24. Check 24. Check 50.
Cousins to throw it this time. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
What I'm talking about.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Pop. Shift. Check.
Gun.
Check.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Buzz.
I got him.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Following the interception, Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got him bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Gun.
Motion backfield.
Listen to me.
Mike, 53. Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Tighten up.
Bravo.
10, under 10, 10. Check nickel.
What's that?
From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shift. Check hot route.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here I come. Here I come.
Another run here with Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. On second down now, it's Sanders. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, Parker, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24.
Here we go again. Here we go again. 52.
Can't.
Blue Dan, blue.
Smooth. Yellow.
Over there, right? 52's the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one good for 26 and a first down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short game. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Cousins gives way to Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 right at the 40. They run, Cook, and an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Two. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
180. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Lucky 48.
Slam.
Wait, that.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
53, Mike. Yeah, that's what I do.
Check 31, check 31.
Throwing, Cousins, and he finds Cook. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
So we got man.
Again, it's Cook.
Run to the ball.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
We got this.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Defense all day. All day.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Chill.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53. Mike 53.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
5-9.
Wins to throw on 3rd and 1. Goodwin able to haul it in. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Rip 5-2, hot here. Hey, 5-7.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Big edge.
Hey, empty.
Mike. Hey. 53's the Mike.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
He'll give it here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
That's right.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
That pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike, 53. Not today, you aren't. Not today.
Two.
Pick the edge. Come.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
The hot. 180.
53, Mike.
300.
Just like that. Just like that.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Lynch 50.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Rush in.
Check safety.
Check 9.
Wait, the hot.
Cousins now from the 50. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Cousins now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Watch the run.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Come on, fellas.
17 yards, first down, Vikings. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
The hot. 180.
53. Go.
Gun.
They run again on first down. Cook, and able to work his way down to the 16. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
At the 16-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Kill.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Now they get the timeout.
No, check that.
It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
It's just me and you.
So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Jahan,
52 is the mic.
Check pass, check pass.
300.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third.
Dan Bailey for the Viking field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Minnesota,